The Shadows Behind the Smile, Angelina Jolie's Untold War Against Brad Pitt. Look closely at the headline, because what happened on August 5, 2026 was never just about a 25th birthday or a set of old financial records. While the world watched Maddox Jolie cross the threshold into full adulthood, a devastating legal maneuver was unfolding inside a Los Angeles courtroom, threatening to shatter the silence that has governed Hollywood's most explosive divorce for a decade. The story of Angelina Jolie is no longer a story about a movie star who walked away from a fairy tale romance. It is a masterclass in psychological warfare, self-preservation, and the strategic dismantle of an empire. To understand why this moment is fundamentally breaking the internet, you have to look back at the origins of Château Miraval, the French estate that transformed from a romantic sanctuary into a legal battleground. When Jolie and Pitt bought the property in 2008, it represented absolute freedom from the prying eyes of the global media, a private kingdom where 6 children could grow up away from the flashbulbs of paparazzi. But fast forward to the summer of 2026, and that same idyllic vineyard has become the focal point of a merciless financial exposure. The latest court filings from Pitt's legal team aren't just demanding receipts. They are demanding access to Jolie's private earnings, contract disclosures, and financial statements between 2017 and 2019. The move is designed to force her hand, to portray her sale of her 50% stake to Russian-born oligarch Yuri Shefler as a calculated act of commercial sabotage, rather than an independent woman reclaiming her autonomy. Yet, focusing strictly on the money misses the true force driving this scandal. The real victory Angelina Jolie achieved didn't happen in a courtroom. It happened within the walls of her own home. On August 5, 2026, as Maddox celebrated his 25th year, the symbolic weight of his decision resonated louder than any legal brief. Years ago, Maddox was the first child she brought into her life, adopted from Cambodia before Pitt was ever in the picture. When he legally dropped the surname Pitt, it sent a ripple through the family structure that eventually saw Zahara, Shiloh, and Vivian follow in his footsteps. In the eyes of the public, Brad Pitt may be fighting a multi-million-dollar battle for control over a wine label, but Angelina Jolie has systematically secured full, undivided allegiance from the one thing Pitt cannot buy back: their children. She didn't launch a public smear campaign. She simply stood back and allowed her children's legal name changes to speak for themselves. The psychological layer here is what captivates the American audience most. For decades, Hollywood built Jolie into the ultimate anti-heroine, rebellious, unpredictable, and detached. Pitt was marketed as the golden boy, the charismatic American dream. But as the legal filings lay bare the inner workings of their fractured dynamic, the narrative has flipped completely. Jolie's decision to release her latest dramatic film, Couture, directly to digital platforms this week serves as the ultimate mirror to her reality. Playing a director confronting mortality and emotional devastation amidst the chaos of Paris Fashion Week isn't just acting. It's a reflection of her calculated detachment from traditional studio politics. She has effectively exited the Hollywood rat race on her own terms, using independent art as a shield while her legal team maneuvers through the mud. What makes this moment in August 2026 so critically volatile is the sheer desperation of the legal strategy being deployed against her. Pitt's demands for her internal Hollywood earnings represent a classic tactic of attrition, trying to exhaust her resources, leak private details, and paint her as a bitter ex-spouse ruining a profitable business venture out of malice. But Jolie's counter-strategy has remained ice-cold: absolute radio silence in the media paired with unyielding refusal to compromise in court. She understands the power of perception better than almost anyone in history. Every time Pitt's lawyers file another motion demanding her bank records, she counters by appearing publicly with her children, calm, composed, and visually unbothered by the chaos surrounding her name. This isn't merely a bitter celebrity breakup anymore. It is a battle over history, narrative, and legacy. As the Chateau Miraval lawsuit reaches its absolute climax this summer, the public is forced to ask an uncomfortable question. Is Brad Pitt fighting for the vineyard, or is he fighting because Angelina Jolie successfully walked away, rebuilt her entire empire on her own terms, and took the narrative with her? The court papers filed this week may contain endless rows of figures, but the message written between the lines is clear. Angelina Jolie played the long game, and she has no intention of backing down now.